But it essentially is its own little wing of the fort. And every floor is just aligned with, like, similar to, like, tavern, inns, manors, etc., etc. Just a hallway. Both sides have doors. All these doors lead to individual rooms. Some of these rooms are a shared space room, so this is something for more of the, I guess you're going to call them grunts, the foot soldiers. So, shared barrack space. Others, on the other hand, are, like, individual, like, I might call them, like, officers' rooms and stuff like that.
So it's basically built for, like, maximum storage.
Yes.
Of units. Gotcha.
That being said, officer or grunt, they're all in similar states of,
disrepair?
Ransack and ruin. Yeah. I say we just stay in one of the common areas. Set up a fire.
Call it paranoia, but could we go up a floor and set some type of alarm on the staircase in case something decides to come up here?
Be my guest. She enters into the spire.
I don't have an alarm spell, but I think I have bells. I think I literally bought bells and whistles when I first started.
I'm really confusing your group with the other group, because the other group, like, whenever they rest, they fucking set up, like, a full-on perimeter circle of them.
Because Chedamir had them as fucking rituals by the end of it.
No, I meant, like, my IRL group.
Oh, that group. I mean,
yeah, they literally spent, like, an hour and a half making, like, a full barrier of alarm spells.
I guess. But yeah, anyways, could Sandra attempt to set up, like, a basic alarm trap?
Roll slide van.
Sure. I'm trained in that jazz. I'll take a 19.
It's not the hardest, like, circumstance to work in. Like, it's a one-way, or I guess technically two-way, but one way from the bottom, one way bottom up, spiral tower. With a lot of obscurement, a lot of rubble to hide your bells and implements behind, stuff like that. That being said, you're not... If something is able to climb, they can just climb in through the holes and, like, missing chunks of the tower. But if something has to walk up to you guys, then... You guys got that. Right?
It's less that she thinks it'll actually alert us of something and more to settle her own paranoia at this point.
A defense mechanism. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like a security
I'll have Uwila sit sentry up top on the roof.
What remains of it.
Yeah.
Burp.
You guys set up on the third floor's common area. So imagine there's a barrack space, and there's also a commons area, as well as the officers' lounge and stuff like that, which is another independent room.
Varric in the barrack.
Varric in the barrack, yep.
Yep.
The same called barracks, though.
Damn.
Varric's in the barracks.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as well, but you know what? It works. Anyways.
Now, the key feature of the common area is that it has points and stuff like that.
Wonderful.
As opposed to going to the barracks and just setting up a fire in the middle of the sleeping space. And choking on smoke.
Don't have to worry about that. There's plenty of ventilation holes now.
Lucille does find, like, some remnants of banners, blankets, and stuff like that, and uses those to cover up the windows, provide a bit of light obscurement, without, you know, preventing any smoke from leaving. But yeah, you guys eventually settle down. It's like Darkest Dungeon style, you know, you're just chilling around the fireplace, campfire, cooking up a stew. Which, for most of you, you're pretty hungry after all that physical.
All that writing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's exhausting.
I'm starved. My wrist is killing me.
Silence for the rest of the...
I'm really trying for the joke.
Meat after working out. One should always eat meat after working out.
Yep.
Protein's good for you. Just chilling, waiting for, I guess, I just assumed, like, the party cook is, like, Abigail or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sandra might know how to cook something, but, yeah, she's not gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm probably just bread and whatever the hell's, like, lying around.
Shannon would be able to cook basic, tasteless, on the road food.
It's not bad, but it's not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You will survive.
it is
Yeah.
food. You will eat.
Yeah.
Well, you want to
Technically,
survive.
it's just- yeah.
Tana makes bachelor chow.
Bachelor show.
20.
I bet
There you
if
go.
Minius could cook, honestly. He's an asleep.
He's all
But can you
prissy.
cook with dry? Can you cook with rations? That was the thing.
You
Oh.
cook rations? I thought you just munch.
I thought they were
Well, that's
just,
how
like,
you make them
party.
good.
Yeah.
That's how you make them good. There's a whole field of research on this, on military rationing and how to make soldiers feel okay about themselves just by having dry rations, stuff like that. Most of the solutions are don't give them dry rations and give them something warm.
I'm gonna go
There's not
hook
really...
it up with Abigail. I'm gonna go hang out.
What's up?
Can I help you?
As much as you want to help with a stew simmering.
Oh, so you don't need my...
No, you can hand me that ration over there.
Hand it
Yeah.
over.
Hand over like this parchment wrapped piece of we assume is salted meat, and she just like begins like chunking it up like with a knife and just dropping it in the stew.
Maybe I will prestidigitate the stew to taste delicious.
Add some spice to it.
Yeah.
Not the drug.
Salt bay it.
Spice.
Spice. Hey man, I heard you got some of this.
I mean, we were trying to
Spice
get
on you?
stoned earlier, so it would only make sense.
This is very true.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for 20, it's a good meal. It's a hearty meal, and it's warm, which is it's definitely feels good amidst the cold of this town, not just the barren coldness of this town being dead, but the literal coldness because you guys are higher up in elevation. It's called Crossguard Ridge for a reason, right? And you guys are at the highest point of Crossguard Ridge with that fort, so it actually is pretty cold. Let's say you guys got some nice, hearty, warm stew in here. Probably like a Brunswick stew or something like that, like a tomato based
God bless him.
stew.
Tomato. Potato.
Some rehydrated mushrooms and stuff like that in it. Anyways, though,
Don't get too lost in the
Guys.
sauce there.
you guys, Red Dead Redemption 2 style eat it or gain 10% damage boost for melee. No, I'm fucking with you. Like, that was some Monster Hunter shit.
Hell yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
You
How
gain
about
extra
Oblivion,
HP.
where you swim to the bottom of a pool and then eat 30 apple pies to get water breathing?
Delicious.
Yeah, because that makes sense. But yeah, you guys get your appetites tucked away, and with the tiredness of almost dying earlier, along with the physical tiredness of literally moving rocks for the sake of moving the rocks, you guys get a nice, little food coma going in. You guys are kind of chilling.
Hmm.
All is well in the world. What's the watch order?
Compliments to the chef.
She gives you a finger gun.
Oh yeah.
What's the watch order, my friends?
I don't mind going first because I'm gonna keep doing my little book thing. So
How long does that take? It's been 2 hours already, so.
yeah, what is it? It's like my level.
I
plus-
don't know. I always forget. Freaking you.
Yeah, look, Google it.
Oh shit! I opened up exactly to the right page. Okay.
Hell yeah, boy.
It costs 2 hours per spell level, and 50 GP per spell level. But you already have like basically a lot
You have
of
the
the.
equipment.
Yeah, you have the gear.
Okay.
It's a third level spell, I believe, right?
It's a 4th level spell.
Mamma mia.
Ooh, I'm not
Jack
sure
and
you're
Jack.
gonna get a long rest in today.
I know. I was just thinking that's like what 8 hours.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
You
you're not
can
a
get a
conjuration
good chunk of
school.
progress done on it.
Yeah.
That is true. You don't have to do it like consecutively.
Depending on how long the watch is, it could be like, what, halfway through? 2 hour watch, 2 hours already done.
These are so many of you that you guys could just straight up like have like an hour watch a piece.
Fair enough.
Look, I just do 2 hours for now, and that's at least at half done. And then-
Shannon will take one of the middle watches because partition sleep sucks.
Sandra will go after him because she only needs 4 hours rest anyways. And she'll just stay up for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. Then.
Okay. Varric will stay up with Wise for the first watch. Abigail needs her beauty sleep, so she'll be on last watch, and Lucy will wake up at third watch. So you guys set out your bedrolls. To be honest, this is like you guys are sleeping in a fort with like a roaring fire, and you guys don't have like a high fear of like ambush and a good amount of literal concealment because there's fucking walls around you. This is like a pretty good setup, like compared to other nights in the woods you guys have like slept in.
Where the best setup is back against the cliff wall.
I mean, that's your choice. No, the best setup is sleeping in Ian's abode.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast waiting for you in the morning. First hit dinless. Some of it's spiked with super hot chilies, but you know you can blame.
Well, that's not Dimless's fault.
So, yeah, that's not Dimless's fault. But anyways, first watch. Wise, it's up to you if you actually want to roll perception or if you want to just focus on doing book stuff. If not, Vera can just roll.
I would very much like to get my spell done as quickly as human. So.
Okay.
You mean tieflingly as possible? That didn't work.
As tieflingly as possible. As devilishly as possible.
Not a lot of places to actually keep eye out. Varric does actually, he patrols around the place. Like he'll patrol like around like outside of the tower itself and look out the cracks in the walls to like just sort of have his own thing. But he'll come back in the room like periodically, and he tells you like if he doesn't come in like 15 minutes, then that means someone assassinated him.
I'm just like, alright, cool, mate.
Not even looking up the book.
But you know, nothing assassinates him. Go him. Eventually, you get a good way through the infernal embedding of the spell from your mind into the book. It's sort of like 3D printing it. Honestly, the more like as you keep doing like from the more broad like sigilry of it to the more intricate details, it leaves your mind and embeds itself on the spell book.
Oh, that's sort of worrying. Okay.
Oh, hello, Tango. Hello, buddy. Yeah. Come here. My child.
The baby.
How's it going? Haven't seen you all morning. Right upstairs. Alright, so watch number 1 passes. So watch number 2 is Tandem. Tango just nibbling on my elbow. My elbow is not a separate living creature you can assassinate, buddy. Got it.
But he could
Tandem.
goddamn try.
Tandem, roll me your perception. Do it with advantage because you're that's like literally outside.
Alright.
Helping. 19. The town is desolate. And since you're able to like, you know, transfer your senses to look through Yuila's eyes and get like as high a perspective on the town as possible. Not just the highest point of town, which is the fort, the highest point of the fort. It's a bit eerie. But no howling, no movement, both in town or where you are in the fort. Nothing you see, nor hear, or smell, or anything of the sort. You go out and feed Yuila at a certain point in the night. Watching through, again, one of the missing chunks in the wall. You see out towards the graveyard, which is on the outside of town. Past its, or what remains of its walls. You see light there for a brief moment. In your travels, you begin attributing this to. There are some natural things that cause lights. That being said, you don't think you're in the environment for such.
Mm-hmm.
Might be creatures that cause lights, like fireflies, and it is, it's like summer right now, so perhaps it is the season for fireflies. That means that fireflies don't glow blue. They go orange, they don't go blue. You think of
direction was this happening?
Towards a graveyard.
I think
Will-o-wisps,
okay.
follets, stuff like that.
Well, if I saw that, can I have Yuila do like a high in the air swoop just to see if she can get a better vantage?
Sure. We're gonna keep the 19%. That's a pretty decent roll. She goes by, swoops in, looks around the place. By the time she gets there, the lights are gone. But you send her to where you like the specific points as best you can pinpoint them from so far a distance of miles. You pinpoint roughly where you believe the lights were. You spot the tomb. It's a significant standing structure that is remarkably intact compared to the rest of the town. That's not to say, it's like pristine, or it's not like freshly built or anything like that, but it's standing and it's not missing a huge amount of chunks to it and stuff like that. And it's the only significant standing structure amidst the guard. And this is roughly around the point where you saw the lights.
Okay.
The stone
looking through Yuila's eyes, is the tomb culturally uniform with the rest of the structures that I've seen here and in Driftweaver's Bay?
I would say so, yeah. It is built in a similar... It's not built in a noble style or anything like that, but it is built in this, as you call it, modern style. Progressive.
Okay, that's interesting.
It is built in a similar, material architecture as the rest of town. Stone, mortar, tiles, stuff like that. In terms of, the town versus the fort, it's more akin to the fort's architectural style than the town's. The fort is a bit more, I guess, properly built, I might say. Sturdily built. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
You either comes back eventually. You keep an eye out in that direction, wondering any more lights in the night, but no more apparate.
I'd make a mention of it to the next person keeping watch, but I would
Slubby.
also mention that it seems very localized to the location. I could not see it move in any direction.
Okay. Your watch passes, and up next is Sandra and Lucy. Make note of this.
Oh, wonderful. Can't wait to head over there later.
Blue lights. I mean, I'd be pretty astounded if this town doesn't have some form of ghost. That being said, with the gore
The
earlier.
tomb looks remarkably intact. So whatever has made a dwelling there.
I bet
when the time
five.
comes to explore it, I would make preparation.
I bet 5 gold to platinum that it has some magic in it. That's either rebuilding it or keeping it structurally sound. But we can check it out at a later point.
Yes. I will sleep now. Good night.
Good night.
Waves hand.
Lucy rekindles the fire, gets it back up to not full roaring capacity, but not cindering. Roll perception.
There you are. Got it this time. Tom's distracted by looking at the weird bullets they found.
Lucy just posts up next to the window and just keeps peeking out from it, which is from a concealment standpoint very bad, but something tells you that she doesn't particularly care or mind.
She kind of invites danger.
She's confident. She keeps looking back at the town itself. She throughout the night, don't get me wrong, she's keeping, but while she's by the window, she has her own journal that she's writes in pretty constant, or not constant, but consistently throughout your watch. You always hear the scritching of pen hitting paper. Just.
So, any particular reason why you let that thing get the jump on us earlier?
Thought you guys can handle it. And I thought it'd be the normal one.
The normal one doesn't do the paralyzing thing?
Nope. At least not in my experience. Although, to be fair, every other time I've seen it, I've a number of, just call them traps.
You were prepared.
Unlike this time. Was on the ink of the paper, the journal.
Everyone has an off day.
It's been too long. Sort of one of the reasons I wanted to get out of here.
To shake off the rust?
You could say that.
What other kind of weird beasts do you have in that thing?
All sorts. And she just holds it out for you to, like, peruse through.
She does so with interests. Not like studying interests, but like definitely like, what the fuck are these things kind of interests.
Lots of peculiar creatures. Trolls, fae beings, like fae, like, not like she, not like, you know, high court
Right.
fae, the more underling ones. It's dragon in it as well.
Have you actually fought a dragon, or did you just like learn of it?
Oh, no. I was allowed to study one with their permission. And it wasn't too invasive a study, just more general stuff, confirming details.
How did you... I feel like there's a whole story leading up to how you got permission from a dragon to study it.
She's very nice and very considerate.
Hmm.
That's it.
Surprising. I guess not that surprising. They're smart.
Very. Can I get that back?
Yeah.
He's doing like sketches of the ghoul itself. This emaciated, gnarly, live body.
How accurate are like the sketches?
Pretty accurate.
Ooh, fancy. My brain stopped working. There it is. Can I ask what you and Darren were talking about before we took off?
Oh. That.
Is that prying a bit
It-
much? Or...
It's canon that she's drinking tea because I'm drinking coffee.
tea.
Oh, that. Darren and I,
Have a history?
not that really. We've spun around similar circles, we'll put it like that.
Fair related
Yeah.
circles or different types of circles?
To a degree, fairy. Just other powers in general. And, well, our reputations precede us. So, no, we don't have much of a history with one another, but we have a history of knowing about them. And he and I have a bit of, I should call it a different set of ideals. I don't blame him. I don't think he blames me either, hopefully. But we're different.
For better or worse?
Yeah. When it comes to beholdening oneself to powers from beyond, we have very different minds.
Do you like to take your destiny into your own hand?
Not that. Trust me, there's only so far you can get with that when you're doing with actual deity level powers. Trust me.
Fair enough.
But she's like tapping like the point of the pen, like the corner of the journal. I'll leave that for Darren to tell you guys.
Fair enough. I'll probably be talking to him when we get back anyways.
Yeah, probably. And she goes back to putting in her own entry on the Alley Howghoul. And thus your watch passes. Last on the chopping block, Aminius and Abigail. The double A team.
Well.
Well, could Sandra just stay up since she doesn't have to sleep anyways?
Sure. The ass team.
That's
Or the Saw team.
Saw.
Or Asa.
Ocean.
Asa.
Anyways.
I guess I'll get myself situated for a watch. Hey, ladies.
Hello yourself. Abigail's like rubbing her eyes. Like rubbing the sleep out of them.
Bright and early.
Couple hours goes on.
Oh, she would also relay what Tannum told us for the previous watch.
About the lights.
The weird happenings.
Yes.
Ooh.
Roll perceptions. Nothing happens. Nothing of note. No lights. No rumblings. No movement.
During this downtime, I ought to re-roll my cards.
Oh, good point.
You should. And your portents. We spent one of the portents.
Okie dokie.
It was rather important. That was bad.
And you say my
boy.
jokes in red.
I had a 20.
Yeah, boy.
That 20's still there.
Yeah, but I gotta re-roll both.
Well, you can choose to keep one. Remember? So if you want to just keep the 20, you could.
Yeah, I'll keep the... Okay, I'm dumb. What do I roll for portening?
Just roll 2d20s. And then just pick whichever result you want, so the 3 or the 15.
I'll take the 3.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, last time it was a 2 and a 20, and we used a 20 to prevent it from insta-killing someone, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I think I got like a natural 20 or something. Like, how about no?
Yeah, let's open that guy's sheet up. There.
Oh, also,
Has-
the creature we fought last time had advantage and got 2 natural 20s against Varric.
Oh yeah, Varric dropped like a fucking...
He was down and out for a minute.
I forgot what he hit him. Did he hit him with the full mouth breakdown? Is that what he did?
Yeah.
I think it did, yeah.
One where he kind of like shrieks into his being.
Yeah. So that was like just to see what it is. So, yeah.
Jesus, Lord have mercy. Hey, that's my entire.
Oh, don't worry, we're gonna get worse. I promise. Gonna get.
Hey, buddy, old sport, old pal. That's
That
my
was the
entire-
mini boss of the chapter.
Oh god.
You know why it's a mini boss? Because it was alone. Imagine if I threw 2 of them.
Jesus.
I think we'd all be dead.
I think at
Probably.
least one of us would have actually died. If
Again, that is the equivalent of fighting like an adult dragon. So that would, if I say a double it, that would be throwing 2 adult dragons at you guys. Freaking fire fly in the air. Pick one
I
of
think
them.
I've already
Fire
used...
be purged.
Honestly, I would almost rather
Don't
fight
jump.
2 dragons, because then you can jump on the back of the dragons, and at least one of them can't hit you, maybe.
You can reason with the dragons.
Also that. Well, it depends on the dragon. Nevi, yes. The red dragon, maybe not.
You did correct. I guess so, yeah. Nevi is the silver dragon that she got to voluntarily, I guess, investigate.
Hell yeah.
Study. Examine.
Oh, wait,
Thanks.
I made a mistake. So we're actually subtracting a number from each of these numbers I rolled, right?
Yes. So, but there was a 0. There was a 0.
Yeah,
But,
so 1 becomes 0. 2
That means
becomes 1.
the 0 has already been done, so...
Yeah, but I get the magician, and I get the magician, the sun, and Wheel of Fortune, which I don't think I've actually had yet. This reset, so I can take all 3.
Real Fortune...
Disregard my last roll, and I'll take.
No,
the
you don't get the Magician. The Magician's usually...
Oh, I got the magician already. Okay, so
So the 2 and the 1, so the last one on the 3d22 is not... The first one on the 2d22 is not, so that leaves
so I can
the-
take
the death card.
Okay.
If this card is picked, you will automatically get back up. This card is randomly drawn. It does nothing save for taking up one of your draws.
Wait, so I get.
So you
the
get
death card,
nothing. You get nothing. That's what the death card is.
but it's number 13. Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
rolled 14. Okay.
If you pick it, it does something. But if you random it does nothing.
Okay. So what cards do I actually get right?
So you get Wheel of Fortune
And the sun.
and the Sun. Yes.
Okay.
And
And that's it.
Yeah. Roll the 1d3 for, and then we'll see how many
For
reroll
what?
you get. For Wheel of Fortune. So just roll 1d3. So this is like advanced lucky. Oh, you got all three. Nice.
Okay, so I've never used waft before.
So basically, anytime you want to cause a reroll on anything, you can cause it. Because lucky is like for you or something attacking you. These rerolls are anything.
Awesome. That's gonna be great, I think, for
Yeah,
upcoming.
it's gonna be... The catch is, of course, that the second roll must. So there's no picking the better one.
Okay.
But you have three of them. You have the max number. That's good. And
Awesome.
yeah, the Sun's pretty good too. Fucking
got-
instantly heal.
Hell yeah. The sun is like the best card.
It is.
That would have been really great last fight.
Hey, no, it's gonna be really handy coming up. But to that later. So.
No.
Dawn arrives with its rosy-tipped fingers over this desolate, ruined, besieged town. Looking past the town, if we just ignore like the bottom fifth of your vision and look at the remaining 4/5 of your vision across, the forestscape, that ravine that you had to cross, etc., to leading up to getting to this town, it looks really pretty. Then you look at the remaining 1/5, you're like, ah, yes, the pile of poop.
The Big Duke.
Yeah, the big poop. So, breakfast is sorted. Again, you guys bust out the rations. And since Hal from Hal's Moving Castle could just have fucking eggs and cheese and bacon sitting on the fucking counter for whatever fucking reason, congratulations, you guys get to have bacon and eggs out here. Fucking for
Yay.
I still
Oh,
don't get that, by the way. I just don't get how Hal has eggs and bacon just sitting on the counter. And then
Because magic.
Marco is
shut
like,
up.
he's like, yeah, no one ever cooks because Master Hal's not here. That means though bacon and eggs had to have been sitting there for a
like,
good amount of
months.
time because no
It's
one
a
could
wizard,
cook.
okay? It's a magic.
Fair enough.
Don't worry about it.
But they buy normal food from the market. That's not magic food. It's just
Yeah,
normal
but the
food.
magic place probably preserves that shit.
Nah, I don't think Calcifer fucking put in the triple overtime to do that shit.
Yeah, honestly, you're probably not wrong. But also, shh.
Oh well.
So yeah, by that anime logic, you guys can make an eggs.
Anime logic,
See,
those don't go in the
Homer.
same sentence.
So say we're doing breakfast for like half an hour, right? Am I able to get half an hour of stale stuff as well?
You're really trying to sneak that in
Potentially.
anywhere.
I really, yeah, I want to use
Yeah, fine.
it. Yeah, thank you. It's 4.5
You
seconds.
you get a bit of a shorter rest than everyone else. You like because remember a long rest is like 6 hours, 8 hours, something like that. Everyone else gets 8 hours. You get 6. So you technically get a long rest, but you just feel a bit more tired than everyone else.
Yeah, that's fine.
Could really use a nap.
I've passed that halfway mark, so I'm happy.
6, 5. Everything is reloaded. Literally.
Varric does he ends up getting up in the middle of the last watch. Call it his healthy paranoia. I don't know. And he insists on taking a look around, and he just sort of goes off.
Can Sandra tag along with him?
If you want, he doesn't mind.
Because she kind of wants to look around for how would you describe it? Like where somebody like a record keeping kind of place that people would use to oh hey, this person came in this way or went out this way kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So while
Also safety.
basically an hour before Abigail gets breakfast, I imagine Abigail gets breakfast start at the exact end of the watch, and then takes 30 minutes to cook it and then get it sorted out. So basically, you guys have an hour and a half to just walk, which trust me, an hour and a half in a fucking it doesn't take an hour and a half to walk a. Okay, if it takes you an hour and a half to walk the length of a football field, then you might be missing a leg. Anyways, you and Varric set off. two gun-toting people in a confined space of a fort. Yep.
Just don't fucking worry about it. Just accept
Very-
you're gonna have tinnitus for the rest of your life.
Here's the thing: Varric doesn't have to worry about Ricochet as much because he has a helmet and full like halfway.
Hey,
He does have a shotgun. Out. As you guys are like walking around.
look, if you can incorporate a fancy hat along with a helmet, I'll gladly wear it.
I'm sure Abigail can do that, and you know it.
Fair. I would very much like to see her try that, though. Something for later.
She's tried it before. Trust me.
I wonder why. Say, looking at his fucking helmet.
You guys walk around. There's some like, I want to say they're locked, but they're more of just wedge doors from like blocked
stuff
from.
falling down, or people putting.
Either falling down, or they're just in such a matter of disarray that they're actually like the door hinges like are rusted off and like they're literally just trapped in the door.
Shoulder check.
So yeah, exactly. There's sometimes where you gotta like donkey kick over, or which is the more medically better way
yeah, 'cause
than
you're
shoulder
not fucking
checking
at
it.
his shoulder.
Yeah, if you ever, oh gosh, this is such a specific reference. In the game Ghost Recon Future Soldier, you actually see this put into proper medically proficient practice, as your characters sort of like anytime they have to like breach a door, like they sort of pivot on their like left foot and then kick with the right, and then in the true military fashion, you don't look inside the door. Your three
back
buddies
off.
rush into the Yeah, no, you look behind you and keep your gun pointed that way in case someone flanks you, and then your three buddies rush in right after you kick open the door. So,
Smart.
military shooter, great game. Not
Can
much
you
to go into.
dislocate your shoulder if you shoulder check something wrong?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, wonderful. I'll remember that.
So yeah, some donkey kicks later. That's not to say every door you find is like wedge. You had to donkey, fucking 50
Yeah.
doors or some shit like that.
Looking for something like a levy station.
Something like that.
Yeah, smart.
Roll me your background information. Varric isn't looking for anything. He's just like keeping an eye.
Oop, let me bring this open. Doop, 24.
Nice. You guys find not one that's more than just like it's more than just like rusted over and like sort of wedged in the doorway. It actually is locked. That being said, this is an old desiccated door with a rusty lock. You guys apply the proper. You guys decide not to shoot it because that might alert the rest of the group and that there's some danger going on. So you decide to apply.
Pick the lock.
Fuck the lock. He bashes it with the butt of a shotgun,
Eh?
which literally like splinters it off, but it's still wedged, and it's like, god damn it. And then you both like collectively kick it down.
Hell yeah.
You are. It's not really like a. It is a ledger room. It's more like a mail room, like a mail office.
This could be useful.
It's for comings and goings. It's at the base of. Not exactly the bottom of the right structure, but it's more like a bit closer to the central courtyard. That being said, you can see from where you are that, from what remains, there was like a pathway that led to this room. Or like this area, which would then lead to this room and blah blah blah. So it was meant for check-in. Place is in similar manner of rubbish ruin. Rubbish? No, it wouldn't be rubbish. It'd be just rubbish. Rubbish ruin.
She.
That being said, there's still some stuff left.
She'll describe to Varric what, God, her name is Kaylin?
Correct.
Yes, I thought so. Like, refresh his memory of, like, what Kaylin looked like and that her name is Kaylin, and ask him to help her look around to see if there's anything that matches that kind of description in, like, any of the paperwork.
Fine.
I doubt it.
You guys
What
look
if she
into,
doesn't-
like, the little post boxes. Those are empty.
Yeah. Comparatively, when she disappeared to when the nights happened, how long ago was that? That was like a couple year gap, wasn't it?
It's 5 years ago till the Night of Tempest.
Yeah, but she disappeared. Before that.
Yes.
What I'm asking is like, how long before the Night of Tempest did she disappear?
A couple years, I believe, is what Ian told you.
That's...
So you guys are finding somewhere between 5 to 7-year-old records.
Yeah. So maybe not here, but also it's a place to start at least.
Well, let's hope this fort was really anal with its bookkeeping.
I think they have like a vital storage area somewhere. Like old shit.
They probably dumped that at City Hall. If they were deeply connected to the civil service area.
Fair.
If they're an independent fort, which I get the feeling this place might have an archive somewhere.
Something to look around for.
If it's still around.
Right.
The burr marks around this place doesn't make me feel confident finding paper trail. But, don't know until we check. There's still some, I guess you would call them, they're more like counters more than desks, now that I think about it. Some counter spaces with like their own carved in like cabinets, shelves.
Right.
You find, as you're looking around, some books, about 3.
Okay.
One of them appears to be like a sign-off book for like shifts. So imagine like a clock in, clock out book.
Right.
Put your punch card in, and then push your code, and then pull the lever. Yeah. It's something like that. With a 24 in background information, you could tell that some of these are falsified signatures, but hey, they're probably not alive anymore, so who cares?
She wouldn't care if they were alive either, honestly.
It's like the bottom half of it is like shredded. Like, it looks like something bit in and just sort of pulled. Like a my dog ate my homework, teacher, I swear.
Yeah.
That sort of style. So that's how this the state of repair for that book.
Scorpion came in and just started shredding shit.
The second book is it's some sort of manual. A manual for... You're not 100% certain, like... Yeah, you wish. You're not 100% certain what it is supposed to cover. It covers, like, a wide array of topics. And you're not sure which topic in specific it's meant to instruct on. And none of them seem, like, specific enough for them to be... It's like a Boy Scouts, like, guy, you know? It's like, it covers such a wide array of topics. Like, you're like... Is this just a book of knowing how to do shit? Like, what the fuck is this?
Does it have, like, an author on it?
No.
Okay.
It's... Like, its, outer, like, leather exterior is entirely, like, worn away. The ages.
Right.
The papers are still intact somehow. That means that the binding on them is not. So, like, as you pick it up, they almost tumble up, but you, like, catch it and pull it together. You're not 100% certain as to what it's supposed to detail. It's sort of like a survivalist guide. It's like it shows like, oh yeah, you want to go like try to catch some rabbits? You know, here's a trap for it. Oh, you want to get better firewood? You know, don't look at this time of the day. Look at this time of the day. It's like a survivalist guide. There's not one specific thing is trying to teach you other than, hey, here's some cool woodsy shit. That's about it.
General knowledge.
Something maybe for field scouts, maybe.
Hey.
And Varric mentions that.
She's
See, like
gonna-
as you like
Sorry.
hand it to him, like to look through your like himself, like he pages through it. It sounds like the sort of shit that got drilled into me when I was training.
Do you think this
Good
is
to
just
see
a
standards
stereotype
haven't
you had
changed.
around?
Maybe someone's itching for a promotion.
Fair.
Get out of the mailroom.
Hey.
He gets back to you.
Well, it's not useless information, and she'll just kind of like shove it in the coat pocket for now. And third book.
The third book.
It is
I
the
remember how
Necronomicon.
Trying to remember how to say book in French. Fuck.
I'm pretty sure that's not it. I think that means seal.
Le book.
Shut up, Fred.
Pick.
L book is Spanish.
Le.
Seekia book is Russian.
Oh, that's leave.
Leave?
That's what.
Sacre book.
It's like liver, except
Sacre
you,
bleu.
except you swap the R and the.
Man, French has a lot of those things where it's like it's one letter swapped or something. It's a completely different context.
Well, it's because English did base itself off multiple languages, one of which was French.
Yeah, fair.
Look at rendezvous. That's a French word in the English language.
Fun.
So this is, let's see, leave, I think is, you don't pronounce the E at the end, so it makes it masculine noun. Okay, so this would be Livre de Léger.
Hey, good job.
It's a ledger book. La Livre de Léger. It is a ledger book.
Nice.
And there's a reason I bust out the French in it. It's because you actually see Charlotte's name show up.
Oh shit! It's Hollandic.
In like the beginnings of it, you see like some like sign-offs from her in it. You can tell like it actually like demarcates itself that this book is not necessarily strictly for this town. It has gone from Driftweaver's Bay to some outpost midway to this town. So there's like a middle checkpoint area.
Does it? How does it describe this middle checkpoint area?
It describes it as like a literal like supply outpost for endeavoring expeditionaries that were, you know, guys, like it's too far to just go back to town, so they set up an outpost that is defended by either Wayside guards or other expeditionaries. Things alike.
Did we pass by it on the way up here?
No.
If I mention it to Varric, does that ring any bells in his head, or does it just sound like too general? Of just like, this is just good practices.
Seems common for the time. We're probably gonna follow the same procedure when we eventually expand out. These are temporary checkpoint outposts, supply points, whatever.
Right.
The men for expeditionaries do not have to constantly go back to town to rest up. They just go back to this checkpoint, rest up, and then get back out for the next job.
Might be
A bit cut and dry and a bit work heavy, but that's what we had to do.
Might be something there, but I have no idea how to locate that. Or even if it would be worth locating. That'd be fucking old at this point.
They probably dismantled it.
Yeah, that too.
We didn't want to leave trails for bandits or someone to set up with, so we were pretty thorough on getting rid of them. Or worse yet, traitors to take over.
Understandable. Don't want to give a resting point to the wrong fella.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that and also some people from probably the Grove Quarter and stuff like that probably didn't like keeping those structures.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You look back into it. You see Charlotte's name show up way back. This is more of it's technically of a lot of years, but it's technically of the time period you're.
Right.
This town was not settled immediately when the colonies first. See, it took a couple years.
Makes sense.
But this is from the beginnings. This is this town, or this fort rather. I guess you call it an expeditionary requisition, like ledger.
Right. So like what we would kind of write off and being like, oh, we need bullets or we need fucking health potions, kind of thing.
Yeah. So this is actually something of an invoice that, if anything, like particularly was taken from the fort would then get reimbursed by the expeditionary HQ.
Gotcha. And
you begin scanning through it. It's a lot of history to look through, though.
Yeah.
Roll investigation.
Can Varric assist me?
Nope.
Beans. You said investigation. I have +0. Here's help and pray. 18.
Good.
I'll take that. With like a +0, I'll definitely take 18. Actually.
As you're scanning through it, you do see the name Kaelin show up time and time again. Like it'll list off like which team, like which not the teams. I think they have team names. Though they should. That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Organizational purposes, but moving on past
or
that,
at least we have Team Van.
It shows like the members of the team that get these requisitions. You see Davis's name show up. You see Leda's name show up. You see Ian's name show up. You see Kayla's name. See a healthy number of people from town that are still alive show up here. Actually,
right.
Most of the requisition orders are pretty banal.
Yeah.
They're pretty like It's like, oh, rations, blanket, tent, bullets.
The things that you don't know you need until you need them.
Yeah. Bullet version 3, etc., etc.
Do they have any like notes next to them of like why they were collecting these, or is it purely just like they have
Nope.
these items?
No, this is like a textbook invoice.
Right. Is there any time when it's just her, or like? Her
I'm
with, like,
getting
a
to that.
Okay. Okay.
Getting to that, chill. As you're scanning through it, you see all these familiar names pop up. Plenty of unfamiliar ones, obviously. There is a time where it is just her name, and then that catches your attention, and you look out. What did she requisition out of this place? In the I guess the notes, like the description of it, I guess it technically has the parentheses of bait, and then it lists off like a series of like livestock animals.
How many animals?
Just 3.
Okay. Huh.
There's a goat, a chicken, and a pig.
Would make bait. Could be a sacrifice. Doubt that. That's interesting.
You keep going, and you find her name show up again.
Getting the same thing or getting something different?
Something different. It's like an itemized list of what you might like a deep delver kit. So someone that would go into caverns. So this includes like tackle, rope, climbing picks, stuff like that. Some Lara Croft shit.
Yeah.
New Lara Croft, not old. Lara Croft didn't kill people in brutal manners with an ice pick.
She did kill T-Rexes though.
Yeah, but we won't talk.
So she could be going down into something or trying to climb the mountain by herself. Most likely to dive in, though. Question is, what cave? Well, it's something.
There's still one more entry.
Uh-huh.
You keep going, and this is probably, I would say, half a year, Mark, 3/4 a year before the Night of Tempest.
Right. So after she disappeared, if I'm not...
This might be like one of the last times where someone's still.
Right.
It's simply a request for a shit ton
A shit ton of what?
bullets.
Yeah, that's the marking of somebody that's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
like crates of bullets?
Probably.
Damn, that's a... Fuck the bullets. Especially considering they're, like, revolver rounds, so they're pretty damn small. Well, she came this way, at least. She knew what she was doing, but I just don't know where she was going to. Varric, this is probably outside your expertise, but do you know of, like, the caves or anything in this region, or, like, the significant mountain range? Besides the one we're on.
He gives you a look.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Where would somebody... They probably... If they were making maps of this area, it'd be probably around City Hall, wouldn't it?
Probably. If City Hall is still standing,
Yeah,
which I doubt.
okay.
Expeditionary should
Expedition,
give an indication.
I think before we head into the catacombs, we could backtrack to that real quick.
Don't ask me. That's a group.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Let me say, you're looking for a single building in a town with no means of identification or markings. A building that might not even be standing. Gods be with you. He walks out. Well, let's get back. I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, right. And she follows him in deep thought.
In yourself, I like it. Anyways.
No, that's
So you guys go back for breakfast. You guys go back for breakfast? breakfast is salted, like the YouTube channel, salted.
Delicious.
And as you guys are, finishing up, prestidigitate plates clean. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Now I think about it, I don't really know how you guys clean mess kits, but whatever.
No,
Moving on.
We're just like the.
You guys have water to make stew, so I'm assuming there's a well somewhere that still works. Whatever.
Boom, diata.
Anyways.